Hola guys, Deja Perez back with another edition of What's Poppin', the podcast on 93.9 WKYS. So today I am joined by Amber. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course. So tell everyone where you are from.
So I work with an organization called the White Dress Project, and the White Dress Project is dedicated to raising awareness globally about uterine fibroids. We do education, research, outreach, and really build a community for women to find support so they know they don't have to suffer alone.
Okay, so let's talk about what uterine fibroids are.
Absolutely. So uterine fibroids are non-cancerous growths in the uterus. They can be in the uterus. They can be on the uterus. About 80% of Black women will experience uterine fibroids at some point. 70% of white women will experience uterine fibroids.
So most women?
Most women will experience them.
Wow.
Sometimes they can be symptomatic and cause things like heavy bleeding, lots of pain, and really alter women's lives.
Okay, what are some of the other signs? Like, say you haven't been diagnosed yet and you want to, they tell you to do the monthly exam and that's what you're supposed to look for. What are some of the signs that you can check for uterine fibroids, or is there nothing you can do at home?
Well, so there are some things you can do at home. Sometimes women discover that they have uterine fibroids or, start to question because they may see a growth. They may think like, oh, am I really gaining weight? No, you're not actually gaining weight. They're visible at times when they grow pretty big. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but for most women, some women experience no symptoms at all.
Okay.
And they happen to get them checked during their annual exam if they're going to the doctor.
Okay, which you should be going to.
Yes,
let's be clear.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about the organization. What kinds of things do you guys teach at the organization?
So first and foremost, we are dedicated to providing education and information.
Okay.
So like we just talked about, many women don't even know that they have uterine fibroids. So we'll go to health fairs and places where women are already gathered just to share information and be a resource.
Okay.
Last year we participated in the Essence Festival.
Nice.
Hosting it's like an interactive town hall.
Okay.
Called What the F? Fibroids, Fertility.
Oh, that's cute.
Fibroids, fertility, and being a female.
Okay.
So often people aren't having these conversations, right? Women suffer in silence. It's just not talked about. Sometimes women are told, that heavy period is just normal. So we want to take these conversations to places where women and people really are already gathered.
Okay. And so what would the treatment be for fibroids?
So there are any number of treatments. Some women are told to watch and wait. So they just see their physician regularly. Other women who are experiencing symptoms might have any number of surgeries. Sometimes there are medical treatments that can help shrink the fibroids. And I should preface all this by saying
She's not a doctor, right? Obvi, consultant professional, obvi, yes.
But those are the treatments that women seek, and those are the things that we talk about at the White Dress Project.
Okay.
Because a lot of times women just don't know kind of what direction is best for them. So
Right.
we want to create a community where people can talk openly about what they experienced, what worked for them, maybe what didn't work for them, so everyone can find their own path to wellness.
Perfect. So does this impact, like, from a sexual health standpoint, would it affect a woman's sexual health as well?
So sometimes women do experience pain with sex.
Okay.
Sometimes women experience unexpected bleeding, which can cause any number of things from embarrassment to, straight up them changing what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about the White Dress Project.
Yes.
All right, so that's happening in July.
Yep. So July is Fibroids Awareness Month.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yes, in Maryland and in D.C. Unfortunately, Virginia hasn't quite got on the board yet.
They'll get there. It's fine.
They will get there. Anyone in Virginia, help us out. But every July, we have an event called A Night in White. And it's a celebration for women. For people in general, but we're also raising funds to really promote patient wellness. We've done a lot of work in the area of education, engagement, and starting these conversations.
Okay.
But we really want to double down on creating support, financial support, for women who may be seeking wellness in any number of areas related to uterine fibroids. Right. We really believe that nobody should have finances as a barrier to seeking wellness. So if that's supporting organizations that provide menstrual products, because the heavy bleeding is a huge issue, or maybe it's supporting women who need to seek screening. Like you said, some women may have no symptoms at all. And so ultrasound is one of the screenings.
Okay.
Ultrasounds cost money.
True.
Sometimes that's helping women on their road to treatment, whether they choose medical treatment, surgical treatment. But last but not least, mental health is huge. There's a lot of trauma and shame and embarrassment and guilt that comes with uterine fibroids. Absolutely. Women sometimes alter their entire lives around the symptoms that they face.
But it's not like it's, I guess I'm confused, and that's my own naivete, but why? Like, because it's not a sexually transmitted anything, right? It's not like people aren't judged when they get cancer, right? Yeah. So why?
So the bleeding tends to be huge. So the embarrassment of, say, you're out and about. That's actually why the organization is called the White Dress Project. A lot of women avoid wearing white because they don't want to,
Yes, Lord, yes. I know. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So because of all of the just feelings and heaviness that come with that, sometimes therapy is a very real need. And so we want to be able to support that for women who need that as part of their wellness journey.
Wow, that is really dope. Okay, so what can people expect? Is it free to the public? Is it a paid? Obviously, you're raising money, so I assume it's a paid event.
It's a paid event.
Okay.
It's going to be at City Winery this year.
Okay, nice.
Saturday, July 13th, 6 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
We'll have a cocktail hour, dinner, and we also give our Blossom Awards. So
Which is what?
The Blossom Awards celebrate women who are dedicated to either community support, women's health. This year, we're honoring Dr. Regina Benjamin, the former Surgeon General of the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, Charlene Rainey Bell, who's the founder of Her Padded Truth, which is an organization that provides menstrual products to women in need.
I love that. Yeah. Wow, that's really dope.
Yeah, and we have a few other dope honorees, but it's really an opportunity for women to gather. Since the condition, since uterine fibroids are often a very deeply personal journey, people don't talk about it. So to be able to break bread, connect with someone who's experiencing what you're going through, share your story. Every time a woman shares her story, we find that she heals a little bit and also helps the next woman on her journey.
That's really dope. I'm here for that. So how can people get more information, both about the event that's in July, but also just about the organization in general?
So we are online at thewhitedressproject.org, O-R-G. We also have an active social media following. So they can follow us on Instagram, We Can Wear White.
That's cute.
Yes.
Okay.
And at Facebook, The White Dress Project, we always have active conversations and also support. Sometimes women will just check in and say, hey, I'm having surgery. And you get about 10 other people saying, all right, girl, prayers up, good vibes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. We really just want to create a space so no one is going through this alone.
Wow. That's really dope. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything about the organization that we didn't get to touch on that you can think of?
So we talked about storytelling. Storytelling's huge. We talked about the advocacy piece. So we're excited because this year we're working with Congressman David Scott for federal legislation to get July recognized as National Fibroids Awareness Month.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. And this recognition on a federal level is a first step for us. So
that's huge.
It's not the end goal, but it's huge, right? To have
greater awareness.
Greater awareness. With greater awareness comes attention. Hopefully comes funding. Hopefully
support.
Becomes action.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really dope. Wow. And what about people, let's say, I know like on the morning show, Angie has interviewed people that have created their own pad companies and feminine product companies and things like that. Is there a way that they can reach out to you guys if they maybe wanted to donate stuff to the project, that it could be distributed out to people? Is that something that's possible?
So we aren't a distributor of menstrual hygiene products. So we support those organizations.
I see.
We're getting to the point where I think we will be, but since there are already so many established organizations doing that, we want to amplify the work that already exists.
Got it.
But we do want people to absolutely reach out to us, because if they reach out to us, we can reach out to, say, Her Padded Truth and some of the others out there.
Right.
Happy Period is another big one.
Okay.
And connect them so that we can make sure that synergy, right? There's no need to duplicate the wheel, but we can support one another and really make sure that resources are going to something that's so very important
and needed.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, I know that there are organizations that put these feminine hygiene care kits together, because you think about it, if you were homeless or in a shelter or anything like that, first of all, your time of the month sucks anyways.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter.
All the time.
Period. You know what I mean? No pun intended. Or pun totally
That was a good
intended.
pun.
Whatever. But, it's horrible. But when you're in those kind of circumstances, it's got to be even worse. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine.
Absolutely. And when you say kits, you remind me of one other thing. Mm-hmm. So we are working on creating wellness boxes for women who do decide to have surgical treatment.
Okay.
A lot of times so fibroids are the leading cause of hysterectomy. Hysterectomy is a major surgery.
Yeah, it is.
But even if you explore one of the other surgical options, they're all abdominal surgery. So recovering from surgery is a lot.
Okay.
So
do they have a laparoscopic way of doing that?
Yes, they have a laparoscopic way. There are some other innovative procedures out there.
Okay.
But either way, it's still having surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to create boxes for women where they can have things like maybe it's a robe, maybe it's the pillow. So I found personally that the pillow where you could sit up, where you're not completely laying down, was huge because laying down and getting back up hurts.
Okay.
Yes. So little things like that, because again, suffer in silence. Nobody talks about it. We recover in silence. We don't talk about these little things that can make your experience that much better.
Interesting. Now, I know you're not a doctor, but can fibroids prevent pregnancy?
So fibroids can interfere with pregnancy depending on where they're located.
Okay.
And so that's another that actually ties back into the trauma. So women who have fibroids who are experiencing challenges with fertility,
I see,
just feel, even worse, right? Mm-hmm. Your body, it's something you're told all of your life that your body's supposed to do,
and it's just not
happening.
Wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, I've learned much, so thank you.
Yay, okay, that's what we like.
Exactly. Before we get out of here, let's talk. The event is July 13th.
July 13th.
The City Winery.
City Winery, Washington, D.C.
And where can they get information on buying tickets for that?
So the website is A Night in White 2019 at Let's go do that one more time.
One more again.
One more again. A Night in White 2019.splashthat.com.
Perfect. Okay, now I want you to give them the social media for the organization as well.
Yes.
Give them that.
On Instagram, you can find us at We Can Wear White. At Facebook, we're at The White Dress Project. And on Twitter, we are at WeCan_Wear White.
I love that. All right. Lastly, the main website so they can get information on the organization.
Yes. So HTTP, 2 slashes, all that, thewhitedressproject.org.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, Amber.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
And thank you for having this conversation.
Of course. And I'll see you on the 13th at the City Winery. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for another edition of What's Poppin' the podcast, only on 93.9 WKYS.